Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spotlight series. In this series, we're going to focus on the cutting edge intersection of fashion and technology. And we're going to delve deeper into the innovative world of fashion startups, which are not only changing the future of fashion, but also powering the future of fashion through technology. And today, we're going to kick off the Spotlight series with YesPlz AI, a company that is leveraging AI to transform the e commerce experience, making it more personalized and efficient at the same time. Its unique value proposition lies in its designing to tackle the challenges of product search. Mainly, it is including its solutions like AI Stylist and Virtual Mannequin, as well as an enhanced site search, which helps in personalizing the shopping experience and improving the search functionality. As per my discussions with Jivon, so these have helped a lot of fashion companies increase their sales by 15 to 20% and also increase the cart size by 1.7 times. Today, it is my pleasure to welcome Jivon Hong, the CEO and co-founder of YesPlz AI. Before founding YesPlz AI, she was a product manager at Samsung and at Sony Music. At Samsung, she helped launch the smart TVs, and at Sony Music, she developed and launched K-pop artists. The Jiwon is passionate about innovating product discovery and creating delightful experiences for fashion consumers as well as online retailers. Jiwon, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Jiwon, before we kind of delve deeper into YesPlz AI, could you share a little bit about your inspiration for launching YesPlz AI and what was the vision behind it?
Sure. So I always love the problem, like the recommendation. Working at Samsung, my favorite project was a search and recommendation for smart TV. And that led me to start my company. I started with product discovery platform for gourmet condiment. To make a long story short, it didn't do well. And looking back, for me, the major lesson learned was that I didn't talk to the users. I skipped talking to user and hoping that people would eventually love my product, which didn't happen. So I decided for my second company, I should definitely start with talking to the users. And during the interview, I've learned that shoppers were not happy the way search and recommendation work. And when I investigated further, the main cause was that it's a lacking of a good product data. And with AI technology, we can definitely solve this problem. And that's how we start the company.
Before we delve into exactly what YesPlz AI does, and we would love to show our viewers a demo, I wanted to ask you what were the main challenges that you faced when you thought that this is something that you want to launch? And fashion in itself is something which is very retail focused. It is only in the last few years, and especially during the pandemic, when fashion has really adopted technology, but otherwise it has been more of a laggard in adopting technology. So, what were the challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome those challenges?
So challenge it as a building AI fashion company or, okay. So you're,
Both the things, challenges in building the AI fashion company and also kind of approaching retailers and making them understand that this is something that the users do need.
yes, I definitely that has been challenging the past few years. There, so you're right. So the retailers have other burning issues, like having new merchandise, delivery, like the logistic. So it was challenging to like convince them like how AI can actually bring the benefit. And our focus is search and recommendation. So what it worked is that having actual product, and luckily we are not really the backend service, but we are B2B2C, meaning that you can see our product as a shopper. So that's working product actually was helping us to get the client. And our initial clients, they were either they have some technical background, so they understand how this works and how our technology was actually working really well. And second of all, our client, so the early adopters, you must say, they had a pain point, working with the traditional site search or recommendation, those are great, but they didn't have a like specifically a fashion in mind. So then the retailers has to have a heavy customization, which takes a lot of effort of a work. So in a nutshell, we had a working prototype. They see how our AI is solving problem, and that's how we convert customers. But nevertheless, it's not the easy task. We had to work really hard to like impress and convince them.
I understand. I've been on that site. So, so next, if you could kind of give us a little bit demo about your main technologies, the AI stylist and the virtual mannequin. Our viewers would love to see how it's helpful for them when they are shopping, and also for the brands, how incorporating this can really help them increase not just sales, but also make it a more personalized experience for their customers.
Sure, absolutely. Just I want to kick off a little background on our product, how it works. So we are B2B SaaS. We focus on product discovery, and we have like 8, 9 products. It's quite a lot from search, filter, recommendation. But today I'm gonna show only 2. I think those are pretty unique and only AI first the approach can deliver that product. So let me share the screen. So the first one I'm going to show is the mannequin filter, which we have a patent. So the problem was that the shoppers, they don't necessarily know all the fashion jargons. And when they see the list of the option, they feel like overwhelmed. They don't know how to like really articulate it, the style they're looking for. They know what they're looking for in their mind, but it's always hard to match the right keywords. So that's why we made a virtual mannequin filter. So instead of like looking for like off the shoulder, like short or knee length skirt, or the combination of those, you can now simply tap the shoulder to make it off the shoulder. And then you can make the like, I don't want it to be too short, too long, or maybe knee length. And then like say, okay, then maybe I'm looking for like sleeveless. And this is how you can quickly narrow down to your search. We think this is highly intuitive. And then also this one, like you mentioned earlier, it helped our clients increase the average cart size by 1.7 times higher. So we think that users with the intention, they're more likely to discover the product they're looking for. So this is one aspect. And then a lot of people ask, so how do you get all this data? How can you like render the result and show that? The secret behind it, we actually define the key attribute, like the silhouette, the neckline, the waistline, the skirt length, etc. So those were used to be manually tagged, but we used our AI to automatically take all the information and we render through the client's catalog. So in a millisecond, as you make the option, customize a filter, you can see the result in a real time. So that's the one aspect. And then let me show you the other product, which is our AI stylist. So the problem with the AI, well, the current search is that shoppers, especially the fashion, they want to search with the like their special occasion, wedding or date or like vacation. And they also want to search based on their personal attribute, like a body shape, skin color, and then they also want to search by the style aspiration. Like I want to look luxurious. I want to look romantic. And currently there's no search and recommendation that actually support that the search inquiries. So we made an AI stylist. So let's say you can ask a question like, so let's say I have a job interview. Can you suggest outfit. And let's see what they are recommending. So there's of course, dressing for a job interview, looking professional. So we recommend the classic style. And then you can always remix to see more items or more styles. And then let's see, there's a chic style. Let's see, number 3 as a more trendy style. Okay, maybe this is not good. So then you can always like dislike it. And we use that information to personalize the further. But let's go back to like classic style, because I think that this is something what I'm looking for. And as you like discover a new product you like, you can go to the shop now, and that takes you to the product detail page. Let's ask a couple more questions. Then you can ask like, hey, show me like romantic dresses. And then AI is already making recommendation as a lace dress. And these are the romantic style. So these are again, the AI comes in. We've been trained our AI to recognize what's a romantic style, what's a workout style, what's a minimal style. So they can actually see from our client's catalog, and they can match it to the users, the input. They're asking, hey, show me the romantic style dresses. And they're able to understand like, what's the shopper's intention? What is she looking for? And they're matching the search inquiry and then from the catalog. So that's how we are pulling out the result. My favorite example is that show me old money looks. Because this is where like the site search, you have to constantly update the new keywords. What's the old money looks, or you also have to customize for the typo. Like, does it recognize a different typo, or does it recognize with space, without space? If you have installed the site search, you know how painful that is. But now using the large language model, and then layers of the machine learning we actually built together, that actually solves the problem. That removes the operation, the constant updates nightmare. So you can see the old money looks. Without updating the old money style in your catalog, it pulls out the recommendation. So those are the 2 examples I wanted to demonstrate today.
Siobhan, I have a question here. For example, this is what is easier for the consumer, right? I understand that there's a lot of coding involved at the back end, but for retailers, mm, most of the resistance that comes from the fashion retailers or any other retailer also is mainly in terms of integration. They are they're trying to understand the cost benefit analysis there. They're trying to understand how easy it is going to be for them and how long the project might take before it starts delivering results. So if you could give us a little bit insight into especially the marketers and the brand managers who might want to do this and might want to recommend this as a business proposal, like how easy it is for integrating your software or your product and solutions into the existing architecture of retailers.
Right, that's a good question. So it depends on the complexity of the project, but we understand the difficulty and then the limit of the resource from the retailer side. So of course, we have an API, but then even better, we have this as a widget, meaning that you can plug into your website, either Shopify or your custom website. So this is a widget you can plug in, and we help them to customize the styling. So typically from data ingestion from the client's catalog and running through our machine learning pipeline and sending that information back to your website through our widget. The process takes between 2 to 4 weeks. But if this is something that without much customization, if it's a lighter widget, then that can take to like 3 days. And that's how actually we build a proof of concept using our client's catalog. and we just spend a few like days and show the actual product. But if you customize furthermore, like each retailer has a different catalog and different style, different audience, then we do customization. And that's what it takes between 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay. Uh, that sounds good, actually. For example, if you say just 2 to 4 weeks, that is something which helps the retailers kind of visualize, okay, it's going to be a month, and after that, this is something that's going to be available for my consumers. And then you can definitely keep training the algorithm as consumers start using it for that particular retailer.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for that information. Lastly, I wanted to ask you, what would be your advice for aspiring entrepreneurs who are trying to launch products and solutions within the fashion tech world, and what would you advise them?
So first of all, the temperature has been changed this year for the retailers. They are definitely looking for more AI integration. For me, I think that there are 3 reasons. One is they want to save the cost with the automation. And second is that because they want to like have a personalized experience for their shoppers. And third, nonetheless, they want to have like differentiated service for their customers. Because there are so many e-commerce and they gotta have like stand out. So the retailers that are more open to it. So I think it's a really good time. So my advice is that keep building. And as long as you build a product, you will know like better how to build a better product. You will know how to sell better. So as long as you have a good idea that has solution for pain point, just keep building.
Okay, keep building for all the fashion entrepreneurs and the fashion tech startups. So that's the advice that Javon has. Keep building, keep experimenting. That's it for us from this series. Javon, thank you so much. And we wish to maybe do a second series with you wherein we can focus more on the retailer side of the equation, so that it's easier for retailers to understand how easy the integration is. Because I've been on that side and I know that that's where the main pain point lies for the retailers. But thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing how YesPlz AI does get integrated in a lot of retailers this year.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to talk about search and recommendation.